Hello again, my name is Tomasz Poszetek, and in this video I would like to show you something I recently discovered. I haven't seen it before and I haven't heard it's coming, so it's literally something that surprised me and it's new. I can't really find a very good use case for that, although as I literally digged deeper into how you can use it, I may think of some of the use cases. So anyhow, the thing that I'm going to showcase you today is called the approvals around text, or text approvals. What is it? Well, you have to stay and watch the video until the end to find out. Okay, so the other day, I was just creating like a new flow, and I hit the instant flow, and I was just testing something around the approvals in Power Platform, and I then clicked the new step and I said the approvals, and then hit the group of actions. I was like, hey, there used to be like 3 actions in here. Now what is this 4th new action? And you can see that there is something that's called a start and wait for an approval of text. I thought, now what the heck can it be? And so here you can just suggest a text, and then how does it look? Well, let me just show you a short example. Let's call it test. To do what? I'll assign it to myself. Right, and let's simply save it and run it, and we'll see. You'll see what is it. Okay, and run. All right, so the test is running. So now, as I navigate to my approvals, I'll notice that I have been assigned a new approval. Maybe now. Right, so there is this test approval. And now what I can see right now in this form is that new tile called text. And with a subtitle called, you can modify the text before accepting. Now, how does it look in Teams, you may ask? Now, if I navigate to Teams and then to prod environment, I think, yep, there is this test. But as you may see, this field around text is not present here. Something different, right? All right, so now I'll just modify it. And then approve and confirm. So what I will get in return is the information that the text actually accepted text is now to change it. So the bad thing is I have no history, so I have no idea what was the text before it was changed. I just get information that there is an accepted text that has this particular value. All right, let me show you how this is built, because that's the more interesting thing. So as you navigate into the approval table, and then let's go to all data. That's the approval. At the very end, the last one of these last columns is called the additional fields. Let me just copy it. And let's open it in Visual Studio Code. All right, so this is the structure of this approval. Of this additional field. So it has ID, it has title, it has description, it has content. So I started to experiment with that, and I thought, what would happen if I changed something here? So I thought maybe instead of text, I would say what if I add something more? Like I'll add a new field. It's going to be now not text, but maybe number. And let's say it's going to be like 1. And then maybe a date, right? Because why not? And let's use the timestamp format. And now what would happen if I have it constructed this way? So let's try. I'll trigger this flow again. So just resubmit this instance and navigate to the table and simply update the record. Refresh. Right, so this is okay. So right now I have the additional fields. And now what will I see if I navigate here and open the form? Well, I just see some additional tiles. However, as you may see, they're always texts. So far, you're not able to change their type. They're always texts. But what will happen if I update them? Okay, so right now it has all been approved. As I navigate back to the data, here you will still see that the value of these additional fields is the same as it used to be. However, if I navigate back to the outcomes, the result is approved. And as well, there is hopefully somewhere I don't know yet where this approved text is being stored. I suppose it is being stored inside the approval responses. So if I navigate back to tables and then to all and then approval response. Let's go to all data. Yeah, there is something promising like additional fields. Yeah, but it's empty. So there is a comment. Well, but the point is, as I expand this action, now the accepted text is displayed as the dedicated field, although our other fields are not. So all the information is within the additional fields as the response. So I would expect that information around it should be stored here, but apparently it's empty, which is slightly confusing. Oh, I know why. Oh, come on. Let's just sort it newer to older. All right, and there it is, right? So there is information about the additional fields. Right, so everything that has been updated, every ID and values are present here as the additional fields. So this is where you can find the information about the values that the approver provided for the fields that you have requested. Now, how you can automate it, because right now I made it manual. Well, obviously, after you have created an approval, there is unfortunately no way to start just start an approval, and then not, start for a text approval, and then there is no possibility to split that in two. So as of today, there is just one action to start, and the second action would be to wait. Here we have only one action that starts and waits. But I feel that you will be able to simply create an approval and then update the additional fields with the metadata. So let's try it. So let's do this slightly different. So I'll do first the start and approval. So the create an approval. First respond. To myself. Okay. And then I'll get rid of that. And then let's use the action called update a row. And let's set the additional fields to that JSON, right? So instead of having just one parameter, let's have a couple of them. And let's see what's gonna happen if I add here now the approval and wait for an approval. Okay, so let's try it now. I'm just curious, if this is going to work the same way as if the approval was created from scratch, using the built-in action. My feeling is that yes, because this way it still uses. It doesn't have a different model used, so it should use the same approval model. That means the additional fields should be present here. Drums. Yep, there they are. So with that, you're able to simply provide values for the additional fields field. It has to be a valid JSON. And with that, you're going to be able to really work with this new feature, having the old model. Now, the only thing that I want to double check is if I refresh it here, if I will see the text approvals here. I'm not, obviously I've checked it. So I don't see the text approvals in here. Okay, so I'll just update things. Like whatever, then the approve and confirm, which will resume the flow. Now, obviously, you will not find the field called the approved text here, because the approved text, this action just waits for a different schema of JSON, and for that, it's not waiting for any approved text and any additional fields. But under the raw outputs, you'll have these additional fields information as well. So you are able actually to retrieve that information. And then even, you see here's this accepted text here, but despite that it is being returned, it's not being displayed as the predefined dynamic outcome. All right. So with that, I would like to summarize this new feature. I think it might be useful anytime that you're retrieving feedback from approvers. So in this case, you don't necessarily need to assign them a task to an item in SharePoint or to a file in a library or wherever, but you may simply send them a text or a couple of texts, as you saw, for a review. or to gather an opinion, for example. That is feasible as well to use that new kind of approval. I literally have no idea what is the future for that and what was the goal to introduce this new functionality, but I will look closely to where it is going to, and I will update you if I find out anything new. But as of now, thank you very much for watching. As always, I ask you to subscribe, leave your comments if you have any, and rate the video, thumbs up, and well, until the next time. Bye bye.